Hey, this is Coach Pam from Coach Pam Fitness, and I just realized the sun is glaring. I look like I have a halo. A little crooked, but anyway. This is Coach Pam from Coach Pam Fitness. Thanks for watching. Today, I want to talk to you a little bit about inflammation, what causes it, what inflammation does to our bodies, and how we can help heal our body of the inflammation naturally. So inflammation, it can be good and it can be bad. It's good because when we're sick or we're hurt, we've cut ourselves, we've broken a bone, whatever it is, or we're sick, the area that is hurt or sick, like your tonsils or whatever, they get inflamed because our lymph nodes send a bazillion white blood cells to those areas to help heal them. The white blood cells heal. It also increases blood flow so that we get more oxygen to those areas so that they can heal. So that's good. Those kind of instances, we need our bodies to be inflamed, but only in those areas. However, our bodies 90% of the time are in a chronic state of inflammation because of the foods we eat, the artificial ingredients that are in our foods nowadays. And chronic inflammation can be linked to like illnesses like diabetes, heart disease, obesity, leaky gut, asthma even is an inflammation of the lungs, the bronchioles. So because of all these, and obesity, all these things are caused by the diets that we eat today. Even some cancers are caused by inflammation and the diets that we eat today. So it just is even more clear that we as a nation and as a world come together to fix that and to change our lifestyle into something a little more healthy. And it's so interesting that the foods that we eat have a major impact on our bodies, whether it's good or bad. Inflammation, when we're in that chronic state of inflammation and our lymph nodes are in overdrive all the time, it helps our bodies hold on to weight. We're bloated, we have our tummies are bloated, and we hold on to all that excess fat around our tummies, and it makes weight really hard to lose. But when we switch to a diet of whole unprocessed foods, our bodies can detoxify and eliminate that inflammation, and the weight starts falling off like that. It's amazing how inflammation-friendly foods can help our bodies heal and help us lose the weight that we need to. So clean eating, I've mentioned, is eating whole unprocessed foods. And you also, it's not a diet, it's just eliminating the boxed foods that we find in the grocery store, the boxed macaroni and cheeses, the boxed rice packets that have all the flavor packets in them. Those are processed and they cause inflammation, and they cause all kinds of diseases as a result of that inflammation. So I'm going to be writing a blog to go along with this live video, and I'll include a link to another blog that I wrote about what clean eating actually is. But right now, let me get into some foods that cause inflammation and then alternatives to those poor choice, healthy alternatives to the unhealthy alternatives. The number one, sugar. It's hiding in plain sight in almost everything we eat. Everything from spaghetti sauce to barbecue sauce, ketchup. I mean, pretty much everything that we buy that's packaged in a grocery store has added sugar in it. And even the foods we go out to eat. When we go out to a restaurant, you know why restaurant food tastes so yummy? It's because they add sugar to everything. Literally everything has sugar added to it. It's not necessary. So a great way to lower your sugar intake is to start reading labels. It's a little time consuming, but you want to have anything less than 9 grams of sugar or more. So buying whole unprocessed foods eliminates that added sugar. So whenever possible, choose fresh fruits, fats from avocados, nuts, seeds, oily fishes, grass-fed meat. And if you're looking for a sweetener, try raw honey, pure maple syrup, coconut sugar, or something like organic stevia or Swerve are better choices. And I have a couple recipes that for breakfasts that will cut out the processed sugars in your diet. Another inflammation causing food is refined vegetable oils. Bad fats wreak havoc on our entire system, and it creates inflammation. And since our bodies are inflamed, we're under a chronic state of stress, and we need to get rid of that stress to help us be healthy overall. And so you need to remove those bad fats from your diet and add good ones. Good alternatives to that is organic olive oil, avocado oil, coconut oil, butter, and ghee. And if you're going to saute foods in high fat, you want to be using avocado oil or coconut oil or butter because they have a higher smoke point. But you can use olive oil if you add another higher temperature cooking oil, like you can use olive oil and butter together at a higher heat. So fried foods, obviously, that is a huge factor in inflammation and increase your risk for obesity and heart disease and high blood pressure and things like that. But who doesn't love a fried French fries or fried chicken? But don't worry, there's always alternatives to that. I have a great recipe for zucchini fries that are delicious and some baked chicken tenders that are fantastic. They will be included in this blog. And then gluten and wheat can cause a lot of problems. I don't have celiac, but the older I get, the more sensitive I become. I'm becoming to gluten, so when I eat bread, bread, pasta, I love them so. But they wreak havoc on my tummy, and then I get a little inflamed, and it's just not really very good. It's not pretty, even though I love it so much. And even seasonings in like taco seasoning, the packets of Grill Mate seasoning, they have gluten or wheat in them also. So there's lots of alternatives to homemade seasonings. I can include those in my blog also. The author of Wheat Belly, William Davis, said that if you eliminate wheat from your diet, you're no longer hungry between meals because you've cut the appetite stimulant, and consequently you lose weight very quickly. And that's really interesting. And it's true. I find that when I'm not eating bread and processed carbs, I'm really not as hungry as I was when I was eating a lot of carbs. So there's lots of different recipes and ways to get around carbs. Zucchini noodles, I have found, are a great alternative to spaghetti. Although occasionally you just want a big bowl of spaghetti, and that's perfectly fine too on occasion. But zucchini noodles really have made a huge difference in how I feel. And switching from rice to quinoa has made a big difference also. And when we go out to eat, like my boys like burgers, I will substitute a bun for having my burger wrapped in lettuce. And you know what? I don't even miss the bun anymore. I honestly don't. When I make a burger here, I don't even wrap it in lettuce or anything. I just eat it plain. I don't miss it, and I feel so much better. So another one is alcohol. Alcohol contains a lot of sugar. So even if you're drinking it once or twice a week or on the weekends, it can impact your weight and it can cause inflammation in your body. So whenever you join one of my 5-day programs or my 21-day programs, it's recommended that you avoid alcohol during those challenges so you can see how much better you feel. It's sometimes hard because sometimes your kids make you just want to have a drink. An occasional drink is okay, but it does cause inflammation because it has a lot of sugar. So alternatively, it's super important to drink 100 ounces of water a day. And I like carbonation, so I will drink seltzer. unflavored seltzer and I'll put some fruit in it, but sometimes it makes me bloated. So you have to pay attention to your body. And if you find that if you drink seltzer and you get bloated, you need to eliminate it, unfortunately. I have been adding water to my seltzer, and it just flavors it a little bit, and it gives it just a teeny tiny little bit of carbonation. So it helps a little bit. And finally, processed meats with nitrates and other additives. Processed meats are not healthy because they cause inflammation, because they have nitrates and other additives that aren't good. They have, believe it or not, they have dairy products added to them. So if you're dairy sensitive, that's going to cause you to bloat also. But you can cook up a big turkey breast in the crock pot and slice it for your lunch meat. You can have turkey, tuna, you can shred chicken for lunch meat. There's just lots of different alternatives. You can also find uncured lunch meat in the organic food section, and I find it's really pretty good, actually. If you're at our grocery store, oh my gosh, I just totally lost my train of thought of what the name brand is of the Martin's grocery store. Brand of uncured lunch meat is Nature's Promise. That's it. Nature's Promise is a good one to get. It's actually really very good. So if you start to eliminate these, and you don't have to do it all at once, but if you start to eliminate and start really listening to your body, you'd be amazed by how much better you feel, and how less bloated and gassy you feel. Trust me on this. I will tell you that straight up. So try eliminating a couple of these things and see how you feel. If you feel like you need a little more support, join my free clean eating groups. I run them every single month. I would love to have you. So anyway, stay tuned for the blog to accompany this. It has recipes attached to it, and it has a blog on what clean eating actually is attached to it. And I thank you for watching. Have a fantastic Monday. Remember, Mondays can make or break your week. I hope that you turn your hate of Mondays into a positive day and a great way to set the tone for the rest of your week. So have a fantastic day, and we'll talk to you soon. This is Coach Pam from Coach Pam Fitness.